So the real story with like music is like, remember the song Run It by Chris Brown? I heard that song and then I was just singing in the cafeteria, and then it was like fifth grade I think, and then my friends or classmates were like, oh, you sound nice. And since then I got that into my head and I was like, oh, okay, cool, I'll start singing. What's up guys, it's your boy Muza. You're watching me on PopShift. Actually, I started with writing first. I took poetry for 8 years. So I started from writing, then I got into production, and then the last thing was singing. I did actually a Hindi song before I did a Bangla song. It's called like That Girl. And then I was reaching out to different labels to see if I can get it signed. And then I sent to Kinetic Music and they're like, this is cool, but you should do something in Bangla. And then that's how me and Kinetic have a relationship. So huge shout out to Sharaf, who's not here right now, but if it wasn't for Sharaf, I probably would not have done Bangla music. I just don't like people like knowing too much about me. You know, I'm just like, I don't know. It's like when people like know too much about you, they feel like they think they know you, but they really don't. You know, it's like, oh, I'm just a low key guy. I just like being low key. I play a lot of sports. That's like my extroverted moments. I love soccer and basketball. I almost made it pro to soccer. And when I was 16, I got scouted to go to Italy to try out for a bunch of teams. So the guy came over to my house, he met my parents and everything, and he was like, your son could do good. And my mom said no. So the first day, I was like 200,000 views, and I was like, what? In 2 days, it got 1 million views, and I thought it was fake. I was like, this is probably fake. This is probably bot views or anything. And then I did my research and it was not. So I was just like shocked. I was like, oh my God. And still to this day, the video continues to grow. It's sitting at 20 million now. I just hope it keeps growing, and I can't wait to like release more stuff like that into the market to like expand. I really want like American Bengali, foreign Bengalis, because a lot of people like don't listen to Bangla music because it's like mostly like folk or old style or something. So when you incorporate like that Western style into that Bengali music, it just makes it a whole different thing. I really like that, so I'm gonna continue doing that. That's like my main goal. For example, the song that I Noya Daman, my grandparents sang it at their wedding, my parents sang it at their wedding, and now it's like 3 generations, and I'm just like, I just made it back, and now the young people are singing it. And the best part was it was a Sylheti dialect, but it got so big that it just became like a whole like Bangladesh thing. I just remade the beat, I put a rap verse, and that was it. And then I found the girl who sings it on TikTok. I'm like always scouting for like singers, producers and all that. I found her on TikTok and I was like, yo, let's collab. And she's like, sure. And told her to do that song and she just did it. Next thing I know, it's like my mom's sending me like news clips. She's like, oh, isn't that your song? So like it's all over the news and everything. So I was like really happy. Nobody's gonna ever know what your mind is thinking, right? Like you can only understand yourself and you would know what you want best. There's always like when you collab, it's a different story. But when you're like trying to have a vision and you have a unique vision and you're trying to fulfill it, only you could understand that. So no one can do it like you. At first, come on, man, Desi parents, like music, acting, whatever it is. Like I come from a Muslim background too, so my parents are pretty religious. And at first they went with it, but after they see that what I'm trying to do for my country, like this whole like, cause they seen with their eyes that there's Bengali kids that don't know how to speak Bangla, forgetting their roots and cultures and all that thing. So when they see that I'm trying to do it and I'm being successful doing it, they feel proud. Like now, before my mom would not have sent that, but now she's like sending me news clips and all that. She's very happy and everything, my dad too. But the main thing is like, you know, I just got to keep at it. That's what it is. I do take in people's feedback and input. One thing my friends have always told me, no matter what you do, you'll always have people that don't like it. Like, you know, you can even get religious into it. Like somebody that's beloved, like the prophet or someone, he had haters too, right? No matter how you see people or what you do, there's always going to be people that don't like it. And you just have to understand that fact that you can't satisfy everyone. You'll always have haters. You know how there's different dialects of language? So I come from like Sylhet background, so we speak Sylheti. So then there's this proper Bangla, which is like from Dhaka, you know, like proper Shuddha Bangla. So my Shuddha Bangla I'm still working on. So if I make any mistakes, it's I'm still working on it. But সত্যি কথা বলতে like আমি ওই শুরু করি সত্যি কথা বলতে, but আসলে সত্যি কথা বলতে আমি অনেক খুশি যে বাংলাদেশের মানুষ আমার গান এত প্লে করতেছে, ওদের ভালো লাগতেছে। আর এখন folk music একটা re-innovation জানি না কিভাবে বলে, বাট re-innovation করছি আর সবাই অনেক ভালো লাগছে। ইয়াং জেনারেশন আর ওল্ড জেনারেশন একটু মিক্স আর মিঙ্গল করতেছে, আমার অনেক ভালো লাগে। I just said that honestly speaking, I'm really happy that the fact that the re-innovation of like folk music is connecting both the old generation and young generation. Now that the old generation and young generation are mingling, it makes me happy because they have something common to talk about. You know, moms can talk to their kids about like, hey, did you hear this song? And the kid would say, yeah, I actually did. Somebody messaged me and they're like, feels proud to know that my mom was asking me about if I heard this song. The song is my favorite song, and so I'm like shocked that we have that in common. Currently, I'm working on a lot of American music stuff in terms of production with Russell. I'm working on my second album. I'm like 2 years late. Because after my first one, which actually did really well, it's at 800,000 streams. Like no promotion, nothing. I would really believe in authenticity. Like if people are not looking for me, I don't want that fan base. I want people that are looking for me because those are the type of people that will actually buy tickets and come to my show. When I shove it in people's faces, it's a different story. So I just like that whole idea of no promotion, no AdWords, nothing. Just like real people hearing, and then the spread of like mouth to friends and everything at the parties and all that. Those are the type of fan base that I honestly, and that's maybe why it's taking so long for me to be where I am at. But I'm like happy the fact that I'm getting fans who really love me for being me. So the second album is definitely in the works, hopefully by summer. And I have a whole bunch of big singles that I'm working on. And one of the songs is probably, I've never said this in my life, but I promise you, this song is going to be one of the biggest songs of Bangladesh. Like I've never, like you can go back to any of my posts, check all my posts, my Facebook, I've never said like my track is going to be the biggest, but I genuinely believe this song is going to be one of the biggest songs in Bangladesh. Bangla is a language that the Bangladeshi people fought for, right? That was the whole war with Pakistan. Like we fought for our language. So when like families that are Bengali, their kids don't know how to, they grew up in foreign countries and they don't know how to speak Bangla, it's just like, bro, like our grandparents fought for this language and you can't let it die. You just have to be continuous. And music is one thing that helps people remember words, understand words. And a lot of people message me like, hey, my kids listen to your song and they're learning Bangla that way. And that's pleasing to hear, like that they're learning. I mean, like Bangladesh has like the 8th largest population and is the 7th most spoken language. Like we should be up in the charts, man. All you have to do is put the streaming numbers and we should be up there. I don't know why we're not. And I hope to get that support from my people. So like push. Not just for me, but anyone. I want to see like all my Bengali successful. I'm not that selfish type of person. So I do want to see like everybody successful. Because if they're successful, that means I have a chance to be successful as well. So other success is also my success.